How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is the post episode 13 fourth live stream. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We are running so far behind. Wow, it has been a long afternoon. Richie, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Oh dang, okay, sorry. Was just looking for some farm work to help out. Well, I appreciate the offer there, bud, but yeah, like I said, this is an extension of a Let's Play series. So whenever I do live streams, it's just the kind of behind the scenes working whatnot, but this is just a single player map that I got going on at the moment. But I do appreciate you coming on and checking it out. Let's see, I just need to get a few things situated before we kind of take off and get this stream underway. Let's see, just make sure all my specs are in the green. Stream health is excellent. All this is good. Let's close off all these. Perfect. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's see. Oh, I meant to minimize that. We're just going to wait a few minutes here to see if anybody else joins us. But if you are out there in the chat, go ahead and let your presence be known by saying hi or anything along those lines. Just let me know that you're there. Unfortunately, YouTube does not give me a roll call, so if you don't say anything, I have no idea that you're out there hanging out with me tonight. Like I said, it's been a long afternoon, or a long evening, I should say. It was a good day, really good day for the most part. The end of the day kind of got a little hectic, and we'll see how everything kind of shakes out, plays out from here, but hopefully everything's going to be a-okay, okie dokie, just fine. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see. So we are getting ready to pick back up with all the logging and work that we've been doing around here. Gonna pick back up with the stump grinding that we were doing this afternoon in the afternoon live stream before all heck broke loose. Like I said, it's been a long day, but it is 11:18, so let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling. So let's go ahead and fire this equipment back up. So I had made a big to-do this afternoon in this afternoon stream about, oh yeah, I'm gonna be back on and should be around 9:30. I was certain and confident of that. Oh, how wrong could one person be? Well, I was incredibly wrong because it's 11:15 instead of 9:30. So what ended up happening is my nephew, he is just over 3 months old. He started running a fever yesterday, and anybody who's familiar with little kids knows that when a small child starts running a fever, that's not good news. That's actually very bad news, can lead to very bad things. So his mother was kind of keeping an eye on him, hoping that he would kind of quickly snap the fever and just kind of be in and out kind of thing. Well, 24 hours later, she called the doctor back again and took him to the ER because the fever hadn't broken. He had a fever for over 24 hours at that point, or for 24 hours at that point. So she took him to the ER. The ER, ran a battery of tests. I think that's the last stump that I had before I can kind of set my sights on making some more before I can make some more wood chips. I think we're good to go. I'm not seeing anything else. Okay. But after, they ran a battery of tests on the little man and whatnot, turns out that he has got COVID. So we'll see how everything goes with him. Everything, they're not saying anything bad or anything like that. It's all going to be fine. They're going to be sending him home, whatnot. So just one of those that he's just going to have to kick back, relax. They're going to have to keep him very well hydrated and and whatnot. So just one of those, just gonna play it by ear and go from there. But unfortunately, that also meant that their other two children didn't have anywhere to go at the time, because everything was kind of, very fluid and whatnot. So we had to go and pick them up before we knew that of the diagnosis. So now there's the potential of bringing that stuff over here. So yeah, we'll see how all that goes. Gonna buckle up and enjoy this ride, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Richie says, "Do you know another YouTube that live doing a public farm?" Unfortunately, Richie, I don't. Oops. Um, yeah, just one of those things that it's very rare that I like watch other live streamers and whatnot. So it's just because I don't have time. I'm a father and a husband, so that takes up the vast majority of my time. And when everybody kind of goes to bed is when I kind of get to do the YouTubing. So that's not a lot of time left over to be able to do other things. But I do apologize. I hope you good luck, and hope you're able to find somebody out there who's doing like a public live stream. My recommendation would be possibly checking out some social medias like Facebook and whatnot. You might be able to find some forums and whatnot that would be a good place for you to hook up. I know there's if you're playing on console or anything like that, I know there's tons. I belong to a couple of them myself, like public forums and whatnot, where you can hop on and say, hey, is anybody doing X, Y, and Z and whatnot, and you might be able to find one that's up and running. Oh, that one's actually loose. Aha! Chomp chomp. I was thinking about keeping these ones that were just a little ways away, but I think I'm going to keep the ones that are right up against the hedge line. I think those will be good, but these ones that are a little bit further out, I think that they'll be better suited for dismissal. Let's see. So we've got the front trailer full. Now we're starting to fill up that back trailer. And those ones are fine. It's just these ones here. Yeah, so if I can fit about a tractor's width through them, then I'm gonna rip them out, but oops. So for those who are not familiar with the stream, I'm gonna kind of bring everybody up to speed here. So what we got going on here is a Let's Play series on Maypole Farm, and this is the post episode 13 Let's Play episode. And what I do here on the live streams is I just do the work that needs to be done that I really either don't have time or don't have the ability to wrap into a story. So a lot of contract work, a lot of farm work and things like that, where I can just kind of get the work that needs to be done, make the money to where it'll actually set forth and drive the story of the actual Let's Plays and whatnot. So that's essentially what this is me. I bought this forestry area. I'm doing all the kind of maintenance and whatnot to get all the trees off of the forestry area to where we can really start knuckling down and getting this into a farmable field, because right now all we've got is grass. We only have access to grass fields. So eventually this whole forest is going to come down and we're going to turn this all into a giant field. and I'm really looking forward to it because I think it's going to be really cool. But I will say, from the stream that we had earlier today, Saskatchewan, you had hopped on earlier today. I know you're not here tonight, but I want to kind of tip my cap to you and apologize for, well, not apologize, but um, wish you better luck next time, kind of thing. I know you were looking forward to the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers game tonight, and it didn't turn out the way that you would have wanted it to. So uh, that is a huge, huge bummer. But you know, better luck next time. But I will say it's a good day to be a Detroit fan right now. The Detroit Lions ended up winning. What was it, like 33 to 32? Something along those lines. Oops, there we go. No, like 34 to 33, something more around there. It was the first win in Lions recent memory in the playoffs. It was the first win in about 32 years, since 1991 is the last playoff victory that the Detroit Lions have gotten. So there's a lot of Detroit Lions fans right now that are pretty pretty excited at the moment. Oh, come on. Oh, this is what we're going to do again tonight. There we go. Now we're talking. Holy smokes. But yeah, no, it's Detroit winning their first playoff game since 1991. Over 30 years ago was the last playoff victory. Heck, there's some people alive today that haven't even seen an actual playoff victory from the Detroit Lions, let alone let alone much of anything else to write home about, really. But also good to be a Detroit fan because Detroit played the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Detroit Red Wings versus Toronto Maple Leafs, and Detroit won tonight 4-2, which I was not expecting. So I'm pretty happy about that, and that means that Detroit now is back in the playoff hunt. They just got the top wild card spot. So yeah, pretty happy about that. We're still halfway through the season, so there's plenty of hockey to be played. But still, one of those that's pretty exciting to see the team that I admire and respect. That they've been circling the bottom of the drain for a while. They're starting to really turn it around and do something with themselves, and it's really exciting. Being able to see your team start to inch their way forward is a good thing. It's a real good thing. So let's get this tractor. You know what? Yeah, about there's fine. And then let's take a look. Let's take a look at... Here we go. So yeah, silage is chugging along. We've got 41,000 liters of methane. That's fine. Still got 2,000 liters of wool. That's fine. Oops, that's what I meant to check was over here. We've got 17,000 liters of methane. Let's see. Okay, wood at the... Oh, this is a wood storage. Why is there 52,000 liters of wood at the wood storage? Huh. Is my one thing distributing to the wood storage and it's accepting it even though it's set to distribute? Maybe? Huh. Anyways, sorry, I just kind of was thinking out loud there. So this is producing pellets, and that is just chugging along. Really happy about that. And we discovered that we can use our global goods palette over there to enhance the fill type. But I actually need to step away for 1 second. Let me go ahead and put the stream on pause real quick. I will be right back. Alright, so sorry about that. Had to wish the missus good night. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring everything back up. There we go. Now we're talking. So like I was saying, we've got the pellet production here, and we are loading directly into this global goods transport pallet. So we got 8,000 liters of pellets right now. So every time a pallet spawns here, it just loads right into this. Absolutely amazing, because only 2 pallets will spawn, and then only 2 pallets will store. So you're talking 16,000 liters, and that's it. It's done. There's no additional room. So this has 200,000 liters, and that's really nice. And then this is the heart and soul of what we've been doing here. Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. We've got the carpentry over there that's also making pellets. We got 26,000 liters of pellets in storage. We've got 19,000 liters of furniture just chugging along, over 200,000 liters of wood here. And we have this, the box that's right here in front of me. This is the mobile wood warehouse. Has only 3,000 liters, but this, the great thing about this is a mobile wood production. So I have been going through and taking this little box, setting it right next to any tree that I want to cut down, and instead of going through all the painstaking labor and process of cutting a tree, you know, cutting all the limbs off, loading it onto a trailer, loading it to, or cutting to size, loading it onto a trailer, doing all that stuff, I can get away with doing this now. Let's make sure we cut at the very base. And boop, just like that. How awesome is that? And now we've got almost 2,000 liters of wood tucked away in there. How awesome is this little production point here? You want to put forestry on easy mode? This is how you do it. KJ Wiggums, how's it going, bud? Hope you're having a fantastic day. What's going on, BDD? Oh man, KJ, it has been I'm not gonna say it's been a rough afternoon, but it's been something. It's been something. I was saying earlier how my 3-month-old nephew has come down with the Rona, and they ended up having to take him to the hospital to get him diagnosed and all that stuff. And it's just, yeah, I feel real bad. Now we've got my nieces, his sisters, over at the house, and this is before we knew that they had, the Rona. And yeah, now it's possible that my family's been brought into the fold. So we will see over the next couple of weeks and how things kind of unfold here at the BDD house. We will see. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we gotta, they had nowhere else to be and to go, and had to make sure that they were looked after. So it's all gravy. We'll figure it out, kind of thing. But how about you? How are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Sorry to hear, and thoughts for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to be just fine. It's one of those that he ran a fever for just about 24 hours. The doctor then told my sister-in-law, I'd say, hey, take him into the ER, have them, formally diagnose what's going on so that they can kind of address the thing. And I guess he's going to be going home here before too much longer. Um, it's just, it is what it is kind of thing. So just having a little 3-month old and whatnot, having a 3-month old being sick and really any experience of pain that a child that small experiences is the worst kind of pain they've ever felt in their entire life, kind of thing. So everything's kind of cranked to 11. They don't know and don't understand the scale just yet. They haven't grown into having that, oh well, I pinched my finger in the door, that's about a 1 in the pain scale. And, hey, I'm missing an arm, that's about an 11 on the scale, kind of thing. They don't have those experiences just yet. Hopefully not too many people have the whole missing the arm experience. but no, one of those where, a child that small obviously doesn't know, doesn't understand. So everything's cranked up to an 11 when they're that small. And yeah, just one of those, it's just going to take a little while. He should be fine. And, just going to take some time. Going to be some probably long sleepless nights for mommy and daddy for a little while. So we'll see how it goes. But things are good. Did a little recording, spent some time with the family. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, earlier today was basically the same thing with me. Was able to kind of kick back, relax with the family, did a little bit of shopping, ran around, did a bunch of stuff, and had a really good day. But then we got the call from the sister-in-law saying, "Oh, hey, our son is your nephew, my nephew. Um, he's had a fever since yesterday. Called the doctor. They said, hey, bring him in. Kind of get things looked at and checked out, and kind of go from there." So yeah, it's just kind of funny how a day goes from, being really, really good to, I'm not going to say bad, because it hasn't been bad, but just not as good. Let's see. Oop. I have got to remember to do that. Cannot forget to put the clothes in the dryer. But like I said, we got our 2 nieces over here. My nephew's sisters, and yeah, so that kind of opened the door to, potentially them passing anything that they have on over here, and never been exposed up until this point, not to any like actual degree. So it's one of those that it's kind of nerve-wracking to know that, hey, it's within the immediate facility, the vicinity kind of thing. That's something, also, like, I'm not worried about it or anything like that. It's, it's going to be what it's going to be kind of thing. But yeah, I'll just kind of go from there. Let's see. But yeah, as we can see here, we're just, clear cutting an entire forestry area. Trying to get as much of these trees, well, not as much as these, trying to get all these trees down as fast as possible. Because we need to start making some progress. Let's see, what do we got going on here? 32,000. Okay, not bad, not bad. And right now I'm just kind of bouncing between doing about 100,000 liters of wood chips and 100,000 liters of wood to kind of offset the products that we got. So we get kind of a good even swath, because we've got 2 pellet production facilities. We got this pellet production here where we can take wood chips, and straw and make it directly into pellets. But we also, it loaded into, okay, so we just created another pellet. Pellet pallet. Say that 5 times fast. I said that earlier. I'm going to say it again. Say pellet pallet 5 times fast. Let's hear it. Come on, let's go. But let's see. We got this one here, and this one is our big producer right here. We're making furniture and we're making pellets. Same thing with the pellets here. So it's one of those that, yeah, as time's going to progress on and move on, we're going to get a lot of product going. So really looking forward to it. I'm really happy about how things have kind of shaped up. And what's funny is that this isn't even our big money maker. And what's even more funny is once I finally decided, hey, we need to kick this into overdrive. Wow, did we ever kick it in overdrive? So just in the first recording for the post episode 13, we got out to where this set of equipment was. That was the first one. We were using all the kind of traditional, quote unquote, harvesting techniques. We were actually cutting down the logs, or cutting down the trees, turning them into logs, cutting down all the branches, doing all that stuff with the wood harvester, 3-point attachment that we have. We got out to about here. And then now, once we kicked in overdrive, we were able to get all this. But the main road is this little strip right about here. So you can see this strip is actually getting wider and wider as we progress. And you can see just how far we've made it out to is about right here. And I mean, we're getting to almost the halfway point. This will be about the halfway point going, east to west. So lots and lots of stuff getting done. And it's this specifically, this mobile wood production is specifically why we were able to really kick things into high gear. Absolutely loved that production point right there. Being able to kind of send everything out. And what's even better is, unlike most other production points where you kind of set the distribution function, like this one here, this one is basically limited to, I don't know, maybe about a 75 to 60% transfer each and every hour kind of thing. This one is actually more like a 80-90% transfer. It's quite a bit higher than this one here. So this is just slamming everything from this location and putting it mostly into the carpentry, but it is putting some in here as well. So that's really nice, and really enjoying that. I might take maybe about 15,000 liters just to throw it into the pellet production, just so we have the pellets kind of producing on a good consistent clip. But we'll see how all that goes, because what might not be a bad idea is to, oh, you know what, that's actually not a bad idea, not a bad way of doing it. I've got this thing here. I can just grab it, drag it over there, piece by piece. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna drag the just gonna drag it over, so that way I can get that wood just consistently processing. Here we go. Oh, hey, no, 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 no. Hey, there's a big weight on the back of this thing and it doesn't like it. The reason I have the 3,500 pound weight on the back of this small little Valtra that I have is because I was originally using this to load all the logs. Ooh, let's come on. Come on. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Anybody out there can name that movie? You'll there we go. Lift it up a bit, and now we can take it over. Benji, how's it going, bud? Hope you're having a good night so far. Let's see. So KJ, you said Sandlot. Nice. KJ, you know what? We can be friends. Love it, bud. Absolutely love it. Oh, nope, not in there. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, that might have it right there. Boop. Haha, there we go. Now we're talking. Let's see. KJ says, I really never mess with productions in FS22. I've always been the traditional farming. Okay, that's... I can respect that. I don't know. I personally, I really liked the addition of the production points because we started seeing them, like the iteration, the incarnation, I'll call them, of productions in FS19. We started seeing modders. One I can think off the top of my head would be somebody like Alien Jim, who would take the animal system and kind of manipulate it to where it would produce things that the animal systems wouldn't normally produce, kind of thing. And we kind of started seeing it there, and then eventually saw it kind of grow into what we have here in FS22, where it's no longer the animal system, but it's its own unique kind of production system. There we go. Now we're maybe. Yay! We did it. We did it. See, Benji says it's going well. Just woke up from a nap. Ooh, okay, nice. Tell you what, I haven't even been to bed yet. It's almost midnight my time, and I plan on being up for a little while. It's been, like I said, it's been kind of a rough-ish afternoon. Ever since we hopped off the stream, it was an excellent morning. Spent time with the family, did a bit of shopping, and then had all the rough news about my nephew and him coming down with the Rona. He's in the hospital at the moment, but they're going to be sending him home tonight. But yeah, it's been rough. We had to go rush over and pick up his sisters from the hospital because they were over there with him and whatnot. So now they're here, but we didn't know that he was, he had what he had before we picked them up. Didn't even realize that's what we think what happened is that his older sister had it and then passed it along to everybody in the household, but nobody kind of put two and two together that it was what it was. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not not upset, not freaking out about it, just buckling in for a potential rough ride kind of thing. So we'll see. Let's see. We're getting a fair bit here. I'm actually really happy about all this, because kind of changing it up just a little bit, because I just want to slam in some of the wood into that production just to keep it producing something, and it's producing it now at an accelerated rate, and it's also producing at a 1-to-2 ratio, so we can see that it is producing rather well, this facility here. So it just wasn't keeping it consistently full, so with the distribution, it seemed like most of the distribution was going to the carpentry, and my guess is because it has more room to take in product. That's my guess. Nope. What was that? 8,000? So I think we can only fit like 15,000 liters or something like that. Like it doesn't have that much space in that particular facility. I wonder. Now my curiosity is getting to me. I've got that massive weight on the back on this itty bitty tractor, a front loader that's way too big for it, Anybody tell what I'm thinking of doing? Maybe do 2 trees. Give it a little boops. And another boop. Look at that! Look at that! Oh, that's nice. That is nice. We have got us some good setup going on here. And yeah, figure one more trip with 2 logs should be more than enough at that point. Yeah, because at least we'll get, like I said, we'll get that full up and running, and then we'll continue to slam into that mobile wood container. Let's see, let's get these 2 big ones right here. Wait a minute, that tractor isn't on, is it? Nope. Okay. I thought I saw the engine fan just sitting there spinning or something. I was really confused there for a second. But because I have to, you know, when I first come into the game and whatnot, you have to come in, turn on all the lights on the tractors individually again. Ooh. Well, that was close. Not like it would have actually done anything, but it's always fun to think it. Oh, stop. There we go. Just keep bumping it until it gets straight. There we go. Boop and pow. There we go. Let's go, 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 go. Red team go, red team go. Let's do this. Oh, and that's it. Can't take no more. Alright. Ooh, and I must have smacked the products there and not even realized it. Well, let's do this. And then so yeah, wow, look at that. That's really producing. Got 12,000 liters. Ooh, what I need to make sure I double check, because that might, before I go and do something silly. Oh, hello. Yeah, see, 5%. So if you've got a container of any sort and it doesn't have more than 10% of product in it, you can accidentally overwrite and delete product if you get it introduced with another product. So you always want to be careful with, you know, loading things in, because you can delete on accident. So it needs to be up to 20,000 liters for it to be 10%. Oh, that almost ended badly. But now we're over that 10% mark, so we shouldn't be able to overwrite anything anymore. Let's see how much we got here. Okay, so we don't have enough to make another pallet, so we are done with pellets there. So let's go ahead and put this back. So you figure we got 36,000 liters of pellets right now. That's not bad. What am I caught up on? There we go. And that'll go right there. Beauty. That's really chugging along. Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. Going up, going up, going up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let's put this back over here where we had it. Something like that. Because again, we've got the tractors on power of the sun mode. There we go. Just keep on keeping on. Let's see, what is this at now? 47? Okay. Let's see. We're just going to keep weaving back and forth until everything's all taken care of here. We're very quickly approaching that halfway point. I'm shocked in how fast this is picked up. Like, I knew it was much faster. I knew that. But just, I guess I just didn't realize just how much faster. figure the bulk of this was done in this afternoon stream. And that was only like a, what, 2.5 hour stream, I think? I'm not quite sure. Hey. Let's not lose our box. You know what? We will call it the wood TARDIS. There we go. We got the TARDIS trailers. We might as well have the TARDIS wood container. Now I hear that's actually a really good show and it's been on for a very long time. It's just not what I really bothered sitting down watching. I probably should. Doctor Who. Go. Let's just keep on keeping on. Oh, hey. Don't do that. Don't do that. Sorry, give me just 1 second. I've got one of those plug-in things, like scent plug-ins, and I moved it over to my table that's next to my chair here, and it tipped over, and I don't want it to start leaking out the liquids onto my chair. There we go. The problem is the dogs keep on coming over, walking past it, and especially around dinner time, they get excited, and all of a sudden they're like, oh boy, food, and they'll knock it out the wall, and then it falls onto the floor, and leaks all the fluid onto the floor, and it's just such a pain. So I oftentimes have to just disconnect it and wait until it's, more of a calm time for them. I just didn't plug it in because of everything that was going on today. Let's see. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost gonna get back to another load of wood chips. Go. Let's just keep on keeping on. Let's cut down these two right here. Okay, 79,000. Thinking about, what, 3 more trees maybe? 3, 4 more trees? Oh yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get at least 1 or 2 more. Alright, close enough. Let's hop back into this. Rip up some of these stumps. I thought I saw a little stump back there. Oh, it's still there. There it goes. Now we're talking. Come on. There it goes. That one's just a little bit more stubborn than the average stump. I mean, we're doing all right. I think we're getting a lot accomplished here today. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on. This is likely going to be a shorter stream just because of, and like I said, it was a long day today. So I think, let's stop. Hey, let me go. Why am I not? There we go. Oh, now it's gone. Now we're talking. Oops, oops, oops. Too far, too far. Come on. Gotta find that kind of sweet spot with this thing, and for some reason the logs, the stumps that I'm leaving behind are just so finicky. It's just making it just that much more difficult to find that sweet spot. Saskatchewan, hey, how's it going? I think I already know the answer to this before I even read your comment there, bud. Was not a good day for you. I actually spent the afternoon, well, the evening. I went out for dinner with my two nieces, my wife and kid, and we saw the game on the television set there at the local Chili's. And as soon as I saw it, bud, I thought of you, and it's like, ooh, it was not pretty. Most of the game was just not pretty, based on what I was seeing. Just kind of the you know 1,000-foot view of seeing it across the room kind of thing. So I apologize for that. My Dallas Cowboys lost today against the Green Bay, 42-32. I tell you what, based on what I saw, um, I'm actually impressed they got up to that point. Um, what I'm actually more impressed about was the Detroit Lions and them pulling it off by 1 point. So hey, first first playoff win in over 30 years. That's a pretty good story. Let's see. Saskatchewan says that was one of the worst playoff starts of my Dallas Cowboys I've ever seen and never seen in my life. Yeah, but that really was brutal. Like I said, I was just kind of glancing over the TV every once in a while. It's like, oh man, oh man, oh man. It just kept getting worse and worse. I'm like, oh. And the entire time I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, poor Saskatchewan. I felt bad. Like I said, in that particular matchup, I don't have a dog in that fight, so one of those I was kind of rooting for you, and it's like, nope. That and being from Michigan, it was one of those that I wouldn't have minded seeing Green Bay lose. Even though I'm not a huge Lions fan or anything like that, but it's one of those, like, if they win, I certainly wouldn't cry into my beer about it or nothing. Let's see. Hopefully the Lions win the Super Bowl. You know what? If the Lions made it to the Super Bowl, I'd be impressed with that. But, I mean, from what I understand, they were really... Because I watched some of the game tonight, and it was one of those where they were really talking about the coach and how he really kind of brought this new mentality to the team. And I could kind of see it. I could see based on their comments and just seeing how the team kind of came around each other. I mean, the second half was really kind of brutal for them. They only had I think they had less than 20 yards rushing in the entire second half of the game. But I mean, it was one of those. Still, a W is a W. Who cares if you kind of tank the second half, as long as you're able to make it through when it counted, kind of thing. So I was pretty happy about that. Television wire off after the second quarter. Yeah, I don't blame you. Eli says hi. Hi, Eli. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Let's see. Why do refs in the NFL don't say anything of the team's names when they get the penalty? I don't know. I know they always go whatever the foul is, the player number, and the offensive or defensive side of the ball kind of thing, where the big kind of highlights. I don't know why they don't use the team name. Maybe to kind of limit the screen time, but maybe limit the possibility of errors. Maybe, I don't know. Not quite sure about that one. Like I said, when it comes to the NFL, I'm not the biggest NFL fan, so I'm certainly not one to know all the things. Now, if we start talking about hockey, I mean, I can talk a thing or two about some hockey. Football, though, not so much. Oh, missed that chunk right there. We are just trying to get all these little chunks up and out of the way so we can set our sights onto some wood chips. Now, normally I'm not afraid of doing the kind of hard work to be able to plow out and plow around all these areas, but it's just one of those I think would be better served to kind of work at it from this aspect, and of course I can't. this one? Well, let's go ahead and drop this there and get the real one. Let's see. So Saskatchewan says in the Canadian Football League, the refs say the team are saying the name of the team. Oh, okay. Our rules in the Canadian Ball League are totally different from the National Football League, and oh yeah, you're so great, Knight. Stay warm out there, and oh, no wait, yeah, stay warm out there, and I'll see y'all next time. And enjoy yourselves. Talk to y'all. Bye. All right, Saskatchewan. Hope you have yourself a great night, and we will talk to you again. Like I said, hopefully better luck next year with the Cowboys, and we'll see how things kind of progress from there. Jody, how's it going, bud? Hope you're feeling okay. Hope you're having a good night so far. The day was great. The night, not so much. The night kind of took a turn for the worse. Not, it wasn't a bad day. I was explaining earlier how let's see, where was that stump? That stump was over here somewhere. There it is. I was explaining how my nephew, who's 3 months old, he ended up getting sick yesterday, and ended up getting a fever and all that stuff, and his mom ended up taking him to the hospital earlier today, and because the fever never broke, it just kind of stuck around, persisted, and all that stuff. So took him to the hospital, and turns out he has the Rona. Before we figured all that out, though, we ended up taking his two older sisters to our place and taking care of them because we were the only ones available to do so. And yeah, so there's the possibility of those floodgates getting opened around here. So we'll kind of see how it goes, and like I said, we'll play it by ear. There we go. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's been a good night. I mean, like I said, not the greatest, but not the worst. But it was good, hanging out with the kids and seeing them and whatnot. They're excited to see their Uncle Dave, and they call my wife Mimi, so they always that's just kind of what name stuck when we were trying to teach them how to say, Megan, and it was like Mimi. So that's just kind of what her name has always been ever since they were little girls. So it was nice to be able to hang out with them, see them, but we'll kind of see how things go. Like I said, it's one of those, we may have opened Pandora's box over here, and hopefully everything kind of works itself out in the end. We'll see. We'll see how things go. More worried about the little man there. Like I said, he's at the hospital. He's going to be coming out here, and if he's not already back at home already, they said they're not going to admit him or anything like that. Nothing is admit worthy just yet, but they just want to make sure he stays hydrated and all that stuff. They don't want him to get outside of his fluid levels and or whatnot. So he seems to be drinking and taking his bottles and all that stuff. They just don't want to dry diapers or anything like that. They want consistently passing fluids and all that. But other than that, he's doing good. It's going to take some time, and he will get back on the mend before too long. Let's see. Jody says, pretty good night so far. That's good. That's good. Glad to hear it. Like I was saying just a little bit ago, though, I'm not too sure how much longer I'm going to be sticking on here. Like I said, it was kind of a long night. Just wanted to hop on because I had mentioned earlier how I was going to hop on, so I didn't want to just kind of ghost everyone or whatnot. I wanted to make sure that I at least hopped on for a little while and did all that stuff, and give myself a little bit of time to kind of wind down from, what am I doing? Why am I not just cutting this thing down? Just kind of let myself wind down, you know. There we go. What was that? Sorry, y'all. Give me just 1 second. I just heard noise outside and need to figure out what it is. Nope, wrong. Huh. Oh, okay, the neighbors. I've got security cameras all along the perimeter of the property here, and if ever I hear a noise or something, it's always good to kind of have that eagle eye open to where you can kind of pop out and, you know, see what's going on outside without actually exposing yourself to, you know, anything that may actually be out there. You'd be able to kind of get a good glimpse of it beforehand. Um, but I tell you what, if you're ever looking for a security camera, check out a company. I have all my cameras through them. I absolutely love them. They're called Wise, and it's not like I'm paid to say this or anything. This is me just giving them a shout out. I really do like them. It's WYZE. Um, you can get a typical like a stationary camera. They call it I've got like the V3, the version 3. Um, you spend like $30 on a camera kind of thing. As long as it has Wi-Fi connection, you're golden. Um, but yeah, I've got all sorts of cameras all around the property just so I can, you know, make sure that no funny business. Because like I said, I don't live in the greatest of areas, the greatest of neighborhoods. It's not like it's a terrible neighborhood or anything, but, you know, not something you want to, you know, leave unguarded. But actually, here in the not too distant future, I actually have to buy another camera. They started. I don't have to, but they started selling a like a floodlight cam, where it's a floodlight and a camera all kind of mounted together, which is really nice. It's all outdoor rated, so you can just kind of have that motion sensor, you know, for the lights at the same time having the camera there as well. They'll send notifications to your phone and let you know, hey, we detected sound, or we detected motion, or whatever. So it's a really nice system. I really do like it. And they have other things besides cameras too, like home security systems. They got like the doorbell cameras and, you know, things like that. Anyways, long story short, I'll stop ranting about them, but I really do love them. They're a really good product. And yeah, Detroit Lions won 24-23. That is awesome. It was the first playoff win in about 31 or 32 years, is what I heard. Um, so I was really impressed about that. Like I said, I kind of felt bad for Saskatchewan there that the Dallas tanked so hard, but then the Lions actually came through and, you know, pulled it off. You know, so I was really impressed. I was really happy for them. Like I said, I was saying this earlier, how Detroit um, has won one playoff game in my whole lifetime. Now this is number 2 in my whole lifetime. That just absolutely blew me away. Oops. go. I tell you what, you can really see the distance of what we got accomplished so far. That is awesome. So cool. We have done so much here in just this one day. See, Jody says, playing the Old Stream Farm my wife's playing tonight. Ooh, nice. How's she liking the game so far? Is she really kind of digging the game still, or I assume so if she's still playing it. So I remember, wasn't she playing a while there on was it the White Farm? I think it was what it was called. It was a small map, and the farm, all the buildings and stuff were white. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. The Detroit Lions are a lot better football team right now. Hey, I mean, that's awesome. I'm really glad for them. And I was actually watching a bit of the game tonight, and the commentators, they kept saying, oh, Detroit, they really turned it around because of this new head coach they got. Really is kind of bringing around a new team kind of thing. And I mean, what they were saying was making absolutely total sense. It's one of those that you'd be surprised how much a coach can actually influence the team. And they pretty much, what was it? Jared Goff was basically, single-handedly saying, hey, this team, this coach is kind of the reason why my career kind of came back on track, kind of thing. It was, thanks to him that I'm really kind of back where I was, back in my early years with the Rams. And it was like that's one heck of a compliment for a player to lay at the feet of their coach, kind of thing. Is that they basically credited all the growth and the coming back to success, to this particular coach. Like I said, I've never heard of him before today, but also I'm, again, not the biggest of football watchers. I just decided to pop it on because, why not? Let's see. Doing pretty good, trying to figure out the production chains. Gotcha. Is there any particular one that you're trying to figure out, or you just kind of going at it, trying to do your thing, kind of thing? See, yes. Okay. Well, if you need any help, feel free to let me know, and I can certainly offer some assistance. Figure I might as well just go through and start just chopping them down, and I can bring the container and walk around with it and just pick these up. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me until just now to do this. It'd also be easier if I was doing this during the daytime, where I could actually see where all these are falling. Oops. There we go. All right, but like I was saying, one of those where I'm not quite sure how much longer I'm going to be able to last. Like I said, I am starting to get a wee bit tired. I'm trying to just kind of do what I'm doing, but um, one of those where I want to go ahead and say my shout outs while I still have the kind of energy to think about it. Um, so, first things first, Mark K, thank you so much for being a Tier 2 member. Greatly appreciate you being a member. And you are currently the only Tier 2 we have at the moment, which is just fine. Greatly appreciate it nonetheless. If you are interested in becoming a member of the channel, go ahead and check out the link in the description below or the join button on the main channel page. Either one of those will work and they will show you all the perks that we have available. Starting at 99 cents a month, you can gain access to access to early access for edited materials such as the channel shorts and the Let's Play series. You also get custom badges, custom emojis, and all that for 99 cents a month. And if you are interested, we also have a tier 2 level, and you get exactly what you just heard just a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago. You get access to a shout out every single live stream that we do here, and that is for $4.99 a month. And one of those, again, greatly appreciate all my channel members, all my subscribers. I greatly appreciate every single person out there. Um, you are helping to make this channel what it is. When I came on here, we were over 1,200 subscribers up until this point. Yeah, we're just rocking and rolling, just absolutely loving every second of it. One of those that, oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Uh, if you are interested in becoming a channel member or doing a one-time donation to the channel, all the money is used specifically for um, helping the sustainability and the growth of the channel. See, I love it. I absolutely love this thing. Um, so it all kind of sticks to the channel, making sure that we can, continue to grow, continue to do bigger and better things going into the future. So again, thank you all so much. Greatly appreciate every single one of you out there. And, ooh, hey, why is that just flying out of my hand for some reason? Okay. There we go. That's actually not a bad way to do it. Just gonna run through and just zip, zip, zip. That's not bad at all. Let's see. Jody says the Detroit Lions have played the winner of the 49ers Philadelphia Eagles game. Ooh. Either way, that's going to be a tough matchup. Well, we'll see. We'll see how they do. KM says, hello, everyone. Hi, KM. How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Jody says, how to make the cakes in the production chain. Oh, yeah. So that takes a lot of inputs to get a cake output. So you need things like flour and eggs and milk, butter, like all those various inputs, and then once you have all those inputs, you can then get the output of the cake. So yeah, that's one of those that you really have to build up to and really kind of get it up there. Jody also says hi to KM, and when you get all the trees cut down, what are you going to put? So my plan is that once we get all the trees kind of cut down here, I'm going to do a quick mow of the field, because I mean there's a ton of, why am I not dropping that? No, don't. I need this to be upright. There we go. I'm gonna do a quick mow of the grass because we got all this grass here that I could be pulling up and getting some kind of product off. I'm gonna do a one-time mow, get everything kind of good to go there. Once I get that one-time mow done, I'm going to put a giant field, and you can see that this is going to rival pretty much any field on the map. I think it might even be the largest field on the map, kind of thing. Let's see. I can actually test that and look at it. So this is... No, that can't be right. 0.01 hectares? No, that can't be right. That's... No, that's not right. Anyways, you can see that it's one of the larger fields here, and it will be once this is all cleared out. All sorts of stuff. So really looking forward to really try and get this really kind of up and running and make something out of it. I might turn this into kind of my uh, chicken feed field kind of thing, because right now I have no way besides contracts to really do anything regarding chickens, and so much so that I ended up having to buy chicken feed. Uh, just I think it was the last episode there, so one of those that it's kind of bleh, kind of works out the way it works out. But I mean, if I had like a barley field or a wheat field, that also opens up the door to a bunch of straw and stuff. So I'm kind of also thinking that that would be a good alternative as well, instead of getting and relying on everything being uh, oops, everything being contract work and gathering it all through those methods. I can really kind of focus and uh, really hammer down on that aspect of it, and I won't have to worry about how I'm going to feed my chickens ever again. So I don't know. We'll see how that kind of goes and figure it out from there. Jody also says, I'll try to come. Remember next month. That's what I'm planning to. Oh, hey, like I said, bud, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, you're a huge, huge friend to the channel and a friend to myself. I greatly appreciate you, and you do so much. Like I said, that helps me out in so many different ways. All your engagement in the channel really does help. Like more than most people understand. Like this isn't just me like just saying things just to say them. This is me being legit. Like every time you come on and you hang out, you throw a like on the videos, you comment, you engage with other social medias and stuff like that. Like all that stuff really does add up and really helps out in things like the algorithms and all that stuff. So like I said, if you can, I greatly appreciate it. Would love to have you as a member. Um, but when it happens, kind of thing. Let's see. I feel like a true lumberjack. Just coming out here and clear cutting everything. Oops. Let's see. KM says, so do you only do monthly live streams? No, I don't. Actually, here lately, I've been doing quite a few live streams. KM, I have been on. This is the 4th live stream in 2 days, and is probably the 8th or 9th live stream in the past 2 weeks. So what tends to happen, I'll kind of give you kind of a brief overview of what happens. So the live streams are kind of the bridge the gap between episodes, and what the episodes of the Let's Play are the real story-driven kind of things. But you can only make so much content that revolves around doing contract work and things like that. The things that you can do to actually make money in this game. You can sustain that for 1 to 2 episodes, at the beginning, maybe 1 or 2 in the middle, 1 or 2 at the end, kind of thing. But you really can't like drive anything that people are going to find entertaining and whatnot. And the unfortunate part is you need money to be able to drive stories. So you gotta do the contract work. You gotta be able to figure out ways to make money with each one, and you have to come up with unique ways in between. So the episodes, the episodics as I call them, those are the kind of story-driven things, and then the live streams are where we get to come on, hang out, and kind of have a place where one, I can do the work and kind of have a receipt of record that show everyone like, hey, I'm not just cheating money into the game. I know there's other YouTubers who are like, having really hard times with some people out in there in the community, claiming, oh, well, you just cheat money in, and the episodes are boring because I know you cheat things in or whatever. I know that's a big thing with like Mr. CDP. Has run into that several times. Has made mention of that several times over. This is my kind of receipt of record to be able to show, hey, I'm doing the work, I'm doing the effort, and giving everybody an opportunity to just kind of hang out and relax and have kind of a nice chill atmosphere kind of thing. Um, there was a while there too where there was a bunch of things kind of going on in my personal life to where we went on vacation there at late November, and then there's also Christmas and the holidays and all that stuff. So it was kind of a weird time where we weren't doing as many live streams as would be normal. And I try to do live streams pretty much after each episode, so there's a kind of a good balance. Now we're doing a lot of live streams here lately because of the kind of work that we have available to us. We're starting to run out of contracts, and we have all this work to do on our main farm, specifically all this trees that we're cutting down here and getting rid of this whole forestry area down here in the southern part of the map so we can utilize it for other things. So it's one of those, again, you can only make so many episodes, and without the contracts coming up into winter like we are right now, and there's only going to be so many episodes we can make where cutting down trees is going to be a thing that where I can actually kind of stay on topic and talk about story driven things. Yeah, we're here kind of, talking about whatever we want to talk about here on the live streams. We can just kind of sit back, relax. We can talk about things, I mean, pretty much anything within reason. There's a few taboo subjects that I won't touch on this channel, politics, religion, things like that. But just one of those where we can just kind of come out, hang out, and have some fun. Let's see. Jody says, best channel on YouTube, my number one buddy. Well, Jody, I greatly appreciate it, man. I really, really do. Like I said, you're a great friend of the channel. You're a friend of mine, and it's just absolutely amazing to have gotten to meet you, to interact with you on a near daily basis. I really, really treasure it, really value it. I really, really do. And then appreciate that, buddy. Hey, no problem whatsoever. Oh, no, wait, I skipped one. Precision farming drives me crazy, and that's why I quit doing. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, no, it's one of those that precision farming is one of those that I feel like a lot of people either love it or hate it. I personally like it. The only reason I do is it makes a lot of the equipment actually relevant again. And what I mean by that is things like the manure spreaders, the slurry spreaders. You're actually encouraged, because if you're not using those kind of base fertilizers and you're only using like the sprayers and then the spreaders, you're going to get negatively impacted using just the sprayers and spreaders kind of thing. So it's nice to have the game kind of channel you towards actually using them without just kind of setting your own personal goal to use them. Because like on the base game, I would never use a manure spreader. I would never use a slurry spreader. But in precision farming, you're encouraged to do it because it'll give you a better environmental score kind of thing. So it's one of those that it just adds that kind of level and dynamic to the game that I like and I kind of appreciate. Now, I don't necessarily care for, what the kind of implications are behind it. Essentially it's like government control, government subsidies, and whatnot, and without getting too deep into the weeds and all that stuff. The whole encouragement of the financial bonus or penalty is essentially the government saying, oh yeah, well, you follow all the rules and the regulations, so therefore we're going to allow you, either a tax credit or we're going to give you a bonus, quote unquote. And if you don't follow what we tell you, then you get the penalty kind of thing. So that's kind of, in a nutshell what it boils down to. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I square that circle by saying, yeah, that's okay because we can now have an actual need and a use for a lot of this equipment that we wouldn't necessarily need otherwise. Jody says, how to cheat money in sometimes I love playing the game and having fun. Well, and that's the thing is, it's one of those bringing money into the game and kind of cheating things into where, and I don't necessarily, I don't personally call it cheating because it's a part of the game. It is what it is, kind of thing. But that's the thing is this game you can play it however you want. It doesn't matter. Like I never understood the people when Mr. Steely P talks about it. I never understood the people who are like, oh well, I don't like this because he has to cheat money in. Well, okay, that's fine if you don't care for it. That's totally on you, and you're welcome to have that opinion. But what does it matter even if he does? Even if he were to just cheat money into the system, he wasn't putting in the work and whatnot. I mean, he's still offering you something that's supposed to be entertainment, kind of thing, not a. And this isn't me talking as a fellow YouTuber. This is me talking as somebody who had, at the time I was hearing this, I wasn't a YouTuber, and it still didn't make any sense when I was hearing him talk about it, kind of thing. It just like, okay, well, you can just sit there and enjoy what he's presenting you, or you can just turn it off, kind of thing. It doesn't have to be some big to-do, um, just because he's not playing it the way that you would want him to play it, kind of thing. Is he playing it the way that you would want to see it when he's presenting the episodes, kind of thing? That's what it, to me, kind of boils down to. Or is what he's presenting funny or entertaining or all that stuff? And I'm just using him as an example because that's kind of who I've actually heard it from. I'm sure other YouTubers are running into this kind of stuff, but that's also why I decided to be like, okay, well, I'll do the live streams. One, to give everybody kind of an avenue to be able to come on and chat, have fun, and talk and talk about whatever. It doesn't even have, like I said, it doesn't even have to be about Farming Simulator per se. It could be about just life in general, or hey, did you hear about this thing or whatever, kind of thing. Like I said, there's a few subjects that I'm gonna shy away from on this channel just because it's not that it's inappropriate, but it's just like, it's not something that needs to be discussed here, kind of thing. Okay, now that we've kind of cleared this whole section, let's go back and grab that. But no, like I said, it's just one of those that I never really understood it, even when I wasn't a YouTuber, and still to this day, I especially don't understand it. People kind of getting bent out of shape about it because, like I said, it's one of those things. Worst case scenario, turn off the channel, kind of thing. If you don't like it, if you don't find it entertaining, you know. He's not saying I've never heard him say it's like, oh well, you have to play the way that I tell you to, kind of thing. He's always kind of had the same viewpoint as me as to, this is a great game because you can play how you want to play. If you want to play, ultra realistic and, kind of go about it that way, you can. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. That's why we get like the different range of YouTubers, like a Mr. Sealy P, who does kind of a, semi-realistic style, kind of similar to me. Or I do similar to him, I should say, because, he's kind of pioneered this for people like me. But then at the same time, you've got, other players like a DJ Goham, who's like, you know what? I don't care about realism whatsoever. I'm gonna do me, and, have all these mods that, he creates and that he kind of gets from the mod hub that are ultra unrealistic and just are kind of purpose driven to do the job and do it quickly, kind of thing. Well, it looks like I left a little bit over there. Okay, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's actually not a bad way to do it. I actually like that a lot. Just cut them down and then, pick them all up as much as you possibly can. Cause, oh wow, yeah. Now we're at 124,000. Let's go ahead and grab these last couple of ones here. Okay, okay, nice. Oh, let's not set it right on top of a stump when I'm getting ready to clear out the stumps. All right, let me catch up with the chat and see what everybody's saying up until this point. So, which is just KM. Can you cheat money while playing on PlayStation? Yes, you can. So it's not really cheating because it's a mod and it is available for everyone. But how you can do it on PlayStation or on consoles in general is if you go to the build menu here, it is a mod you have to download from the mod hub. And you go to productions and generators. Down here, you'd have to download this, the government subsidy sign. This one sign here, the white one, is $8.4 million per month. And then, whoops, and then generators. And the green one here is $8,400 a month. So this is the way that you kind of quote unquote cheat money into, I mean, any platform. But specifically for consoles, this is the biggest way to cheat it in kind of thing is this white sign here because you can get a whole bunch of money. And this is what I do on like my map tours where I need to buy a whole bunch of things is I'll sit there and just get that government subsidy sign. I'll pour it in a whole bunch of money and then I can just kind of go through and do the tours and stuff like that. So yeah, I do have it. I do have it available in my mods, but like I said, that's why I do the live streams is having a kind of visual record of, hey, I'm doing the work and here we are. And yeah, I'm doing this as I mean, I'm not doing realistic, obviously. I'm got this little storage container and we're going around and just picking up everything. We're not taking it over. We're not chopping the leaves off or the branches off. We're just kind of boom, 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 and going through all the steps and getting it done kind of thing. But that's because, like I was mentioning earlier, if I was doing it the way I was doing originally, I mean, I'll show on the map again one more time, is you can see this little item here. This is my 3-point harvester. That's where I left it. This was after one session, is getting this section here and this section behind the production points here. That was one session, I think 3-hour session that we did. It took a while. We didn't get a lot accomplished. This is in basically 2 streams here. Almost half of this is done in the past 2 streams that we've done. So this method I'm doing here is a lot faster, a lot easier. We're using the wood devourer, the tree devourer on the other vehicle to get wood chips because we've got multiple production points that are taking both wood and wood and wood chips. And you can see we've got, this thing is just chugging along, making all sorts of pallets. We've got this here that's also making furniture and pallets or pellets. So yeah, I mean, we got tons and tons of material. We got 395,000 liters of wood chips. We got 316,000 liters of wood here. We still got 52,000 liters of wood just kind of stacked up, squirreled away over here. This is almost full, both products. I mean, we're doing all right. And you can see right now we've got, 48,000 liters of pellets just squirreled away in this particular hold because this only holds 2 pallets, and then you can hold 2 pallets inside the production point here. So you get 16,000 liters of pellets. So instead of 16,000 liters of being able to be stored before we actually have to go and sell it off, why not have 200,000 and 16? So yeah, not that bad. And I keep coming over here because I like looking. You can really see the progress and how far we've gotten. I mean, in comparison, if we pan out here, it's going to be hard to see. Actually, yeah, I'm looking at the stream in the background. You're not going to see nothing at all. but you can kind of see in the distance how all the lights just keep getting further and further away. And yeah, I mean, we're rapidly approaching because we are making our way from the kind of woodshed, or what used to be the sawmill area right down here. We're clearing all these trees out. We're rapidly approaching this field here, which is our kind of test grass field, or pilot field as I keep calling it. Um, so yeah, it works out really nicely. At the end of the day, Jody says, "Play the game the way that you like to have fun." Yes, 100%. That is 100%. Um, hey, I'm Big Daddy Dave and I support that message, kind of thing. Like 100%, Jody couldn't have said it better. Like I said, I don't understand um, why people get so bent out of shape over even the possibility of Mr. Sealy P. Unless Mr. Sealy P was saying, "Oh yeah, no, I absolutely, I work, I do this, I do all the work, and then turns out, somehow somebody figures out, oh no, wait, he's not doing all the work." Like that's just dishonesty that point, which again is more of a character judgment rather than, oh, I don't find his product entertaining, kind of thing. Which, I mean, people can have character judgments and make a decision based off of that. That's fine. I personally don't disagree with making character judgments. But that's not what people, but again, this is me hearing it secondhand from Mr. Sealy P. I've not seen anything of people actually saying or doing the things that he claims are happening, but I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh well, he's a liar or something like that. That's I would not see why you would have a sense to lie about something like that. And I could see, that would actually be something I could actually see happening, kind of thing. So, come on. Hi, hi. All right, you know what? You know what? I'm not playing around no more. We're just going with the big guns. And here, let's back that up. Where is it? Oh, I think it's way over here. I see it. Yep, way over in the yonder. Let's see. Joey says, I got the same mod. It's really good mod. Yes, 100%. Like I said, I like it. I think it's a great mod, and it offers, the opportunity to be able to do really good things, because you can kind of get money into your game and really kind of open up the taps from there, if that's what you want to do, kind of thing. So, again, like Jody said, play how you want to play, and, kind of go from there. Why is it now? There we go. Like you said, play how you want to play, and if it's fun for you, then have fun, kind of thing. Oof. Okay, yeah. I was hoping if I drove over the logs, they would just kind of bloop, disappear. But guess I gotta take my time and be a good boy and do it right. And ay ay ay. There we go. Now we're getting there. You know what? Let's get that little one right there. Boop. And deleted. I tell you what, though. Earlier today, kind of a new subject. Earlier today, after we picked up my nieces and whatnot, after picking them up from the hospital, went to go have dinner out, and we decided to go to Chili's. Um, and it's so rare, so incredibly rare that my wife and I, we decided to, yeah, we're gonna go eat out. But it was one of those. It was already like, I think it was getting to be like 6 o'clock in the 6 o'clock in the evening kind of thing. They hadn't eaten yet, and we were almost an hour away from home because the hospital, like my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, she lives down in like about 30-ish minutes away from us, kind of give or take. And we ended up she ended up going to a hospital that's about 15 or so minutes down the road. So it was pretty darn close to like 45 minutes to an hour. And of course, this facility that she took him to was absolutely huge. The layout was, I think, one of the most ridiculous I've ever experienced outside of like one of the big city hospitals I've been to and have personal experience with. But that's to be expected. It's a big city hospital kind of thing. So they got parking structures, and they got different lanes to go to different parts of the hospital, and just all this nonsense. Well, this one was like that, but on steroids. So after going around trying to find where the emergency room was and all that stuff, and the signs were not the kind of clearest because they had signs that were out there by the main road, but the main road's like a 2-lane highway in either direction kind of thing. So trying to get all that kind of figured out and whatnot was really weird. We eventually did figure it out, and we found out where everybody was. So we met up with them. My wife went and got them, and we were like, okay, well, we're going to go out to dinner. And we started throwing out, okay, kids, what do you want to do? And one of them is 10 years, almost 10 years old. The other's almost 8 years old. It's like, okay, well, what do you girls want to do for dinner? We're just going to go and sit down somewhere because, one, our daughter is with us. And we're like, okay, well, we got to feed her because it's getting to be dinner time. She's going to start, getting hangry very quickly. So we got to figure that out. And they're like, oh, I don't know. What are some of our options? Kind of things. Oh, well, I mean, there's anything. They're like, oh, there's Chili's. And that was, for some reason, that was the first one I threw out there. And I don't know why I threw it out there. But I threw it out there, and they're like, oh yeah, let's go there. And it's like, oh, but I really don't want Chili's. It's like, is there anything else you girls would like? Is there anything else? And they're like, well, I mean, we could do, there's another restaurant in the local area called Tijuana Flats. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the restaurant. It's decent food kind of thing, but the problem is that any time that we go out to some kind of event, that's where they always choose, especially if it's an event for one of them. They're like, oh yeah, that's where we want to go. And the reason that they like going there is they have these specialty kids meals, and with each of the kids meals they get free tattoos, like free press-on tattoos. So they always want to go there to get the press-on tattoo kind of thing. So I'm just sick and tired of it because that's where we always end up going. Well, then I'm like, no, let's try somewhere else. And then they're like, oh, well, let's go to Panera, which whenever my wife and I do decide to go out to get dinner, which again is a very rare, that's where we tend to go, is to Panera, because we can get relatively healthy things, for it being fast food kind of thing. So I'm like, try again. And they're like, all right, pizza. And I'm like, oh my goodness, kids, you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some pizza. But again, my wife and I, we try to be relatively healthy. I mean, not the greatest at it, but we're trying, kind of thing. And we're like, all right, you know what? Chili's it is. We'll be able to find something, either a salad or something there. And I decided on the way there, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna, just kind of let my hair down. It's been kind of a rough afternoon, and just kind of a treat myself kind of thing. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna get one of my favorite things that was on their menu was the Chipotle honey chicken and waffles. And oh man, it comes with this Chipotle honey sauce that is so good. and I was really starting to like ramp myself up, really starting to look forward to having it, kind of thing. And sure enough, we get there, and nope, no longer on the menu. I was so crushed. I was so sad. I'm like, no, not my Chipotle with chicken and waffles. No. Oh, it was so good. It's one of those. I think I'm actually gonna look up a recipe to try and recreate it myself. That honey chipotle sauce that they make. Um, I think I'm gonna try and whip it up and do something at home and do like a chicken and waffles at home. Um, but yeah, no, me personally, I love me some chicken and waffles. I think it's one of the best combinations of food out there. Something that you never think would go together. Like if you were to just tell like some random person who's never heard of it before and be like, "Oh yeah, you should try chicken and waffles," kind of thing. It's like, wait, what? It's like, oh yeah, the combination of salty and sweet, chef kiss, chef's kiss. But then you throw in that kind of like dynamic that they had there with the honey chipotle, where it's that sweet, sweet, salty, and with a little bit of kick, a little bit of heat to it. Ooh boy, it was so good. And I was, like I said, I was devastated. I was crushed. So I'm sitting there just humming and hawing over the menu. I'm the last person who's, ready to order, trying to figure out what it is that I want compared to what I was going to have. And the whole time I'm just sitting there like, I really wanted my chicken and waffles. And yeah, I was so disappointed. But I ended up having just some chicken strips and French fries, uh, which turned out pretty good. I was actually really impressed. But I was very unimpressed with their barbecue sauce. Their barbecue sauce is actually kind of bleh. It was like really acidic and tangy, like not and very watery, like very runny kind of thing. So it would want to get everywhere. So wasn't too thrilled about that. So I took a lot of it home, um, and I tend to make my own barbecue sauces and whatnot. And if you ever are looking for just a really quick recipe for a barbecue sauce, it's very easy to put together and it's so good. Take take a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's, some yellow mustard, honey, and it's a brand called Open Pit. And specifically look for the Open Pit honey flavor. So just normal Sweet Baby Ray's, Open Pit honey, and yellow mustard. And those all combined, and mix it to taste at that point. But those four ingredients makes a really good kind of quick and dirty barbecue sauce. What I tend to use that on is like my ribs. Whenever I make homemade ribs, oh yeah, it's so good. You get kind of that little bit of acidic kind of burn from the mustard and all that stuff, and then you on top of it you get the or not acidic burn. What am I talking about? That kind of mustard tang that you get. Then you get kind of the nice mixture of the sweetness from the honey and the honey barbecue from the Open Pit. Um, and what I like about that combination also is that the Open Pit's a very runny barbecue sauce. It's very water-like, but Sweet Baby Ray's is really thick. The problem is that when I use Sweet Baby Ray's on ribs just straight, that it really gets cakey and thick because of how thick it is. And after it cooks and kind of caramelizes onto the rib, it really gets that kind of chewiness because of all the sugars that are in it. It really doesn't do well at coating. Um, so if you thin it out with the sweet, with the honey and the honey barbecue from the Open Pit, it makes a really good combination. Kind of thins it down just enough to not kind of get that chewy caramelization going. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat's going, or what the chat's saying at this point. Let's see. Jody says, this is my all-time favorite game. Yes, right there with you, bud. Again, I'm Big Daddy Dave, and I approve this message. Because, yeah, this game, I can't think of any other game out there that I would do what I'm doing here. Have an entire YouTube channel dedicated just to this game. And there's been times where I've thought about coming on here and kind of putting it out there and saying, hey, should I do other gaming content? Should I kind of open myself up to other avenues of gaming and things like that and publish it here onto the channel? And then I keep coming back to this kind of, no, I think this is just going to be like farming simulator content. Because the name of the channel is BDD Gaming. I was originally planning on doing like a whole slew of things. But it's just one of those where I think I just kind of railed back against it. Not railed back, but just kind of rolled myself back from being more open to other games because, again, I get very easily kind of worked up in those other games. So if I'm playing like a sports game, I get really competitive. I want to win. I want to beat it, kind of thing. If I'm playing like a shooting game or something like that, I really get kind of hyped up and, like, again, I want to win. I want to, you know, there's that combat expectation, that kind of not combat, the competitive nature of it. But then I also get really amped up because I'm like, you know, I want to fight, want to win, want to like just really kind of get into it and get almost too into it. And then if I play like a horror game or something like that, where, you know, there's like a kind of scary element to it, then I get like really kind of amped up and really kind of like tense in the chest and whatnot. It's like, yeah, you know, that's probably not a good thing to be putting myself through on a everyday kind of basis. So it was just one of those like, yeah, I'll just stick with this. And this is the only game I can think of where I can come on and be just excited to play, you know, the first time I played this to all the way here now in FS22. Like, this is the only game I can think of that I would be this dedicated to. Like, I really can't think of another one where I've put this much time, this much effort, this much, you know, quote unquote blood, sweat, and tears into. Here we go. Let's see, let's catch up to everything else that's being said. KM says, same, I love it. Yeah, so again, both of you, I approve this message. KM says, my grandpa always says, if it tastes good, spit it out. If it tastes good, spit it out. I would think that would be the opposite saying there, KM. If it tastes good, take a drink. Maybe I just got lost in the sauce there for a second. I'm not sure. Let's see. So let's see. I feel like I'm plunging too deep and I need to continue to kind of head across. Oops. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Oh, gotcha, KM. I'm with you now because it's unhealthy. Yes. Yep. That's it too. Why is it that everything that tastes so darn good in this life is so bad for you? Why is that? Like, some of the unhealthiest foods are the most delicious. Like fried foods. Fried foods are amazing. I absolutely love them. But they're so bad for you. They're so bad. And then everything that's, you know, supposedly good for you, just tastes like cardboard. Like, you know what? Perfect example. Perfect example. My wife, like, she's way more into like eating healthy than I am. I'll occasionally let myself kind of, have a treat or something like that. But she's like, really disciplined, and she's really great about it. Like, I tell you what, she's amazing about it. She goes out to the gym all the time. Me, I hate the gym. I absolutely can't stand it. I'll sit there and, where I get a lot of my exercise and stuff like that is doing things around the house, like building things and whatnot. So that's where I get a lot of my stuff done and whatnot. I pretty much rebuilt, almost every single room of our house currently. I had touched at least one portion of every single room. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what I do out, do the lawn, do pretty much just do anything outside and outdoors, kind of keep myself in shape, kind of thing. Um, and I'd much rather do that than to go out to a gym and hop on equipment and kind of just sit there and pace along, kind of thing. But yeah, no, she's there, almost every day or maybe even every other day, but that's on the rare occasion. But where was it going? But she eats these like, she loves pasta. Pasta is like her one thing that she has a real hard time controlling herself about. But she ended up finding these things, these kind of, they're called hearts of palm, and they make them into like noodle substitutes, kind of thing. And she swears up and down, all of these things are good. They really kind of settle that noodle craving that I get, and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, if you say so, sweetie. I think you're on drugs, kind of thing. It's like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it at all. How she's how she likes it, because to me, it just doesn't have that flavor. It doesn't have that kind of punch that I look for in a pasta, kind of thing. And it's what it is that it just doesn't taste like a pasta. It doesn't have the consistency of a pasta. It tastes like a wet vegetable, kind of thing, which is basically what it is. And so yeah, I mean, whenever we do something where it's oh, there it goes. I was wondering when I was going to spit it back out. But yeah, whenever we do something that's kind of like a pasta-esque dinner, that's what she'll use those instead of like an actual pasta, or she'll substitute it out for a like a spaghetti squash or something like that, as opposed to actually doing like the actual pasta. And here recently, she actually found a more reasonable facsimile to pasta, but it uses a different quote unquote healthy flour, kind of thing. I don't remember what flour it's made from, but it's like a type of flour I've never heard of. But it actually tastes more like a noodle, which that one isn't terrible. Um, but still has like the not traditional pasta taste. So yeah, it's one of those. The struggle is real when it comes to, eating healthy, being healthy, kind of thing. Wow, I really dove into like this area when I was picking up the wood chips. I really got deep in there because you can see just how far back out to the east each one of the tractors are. I'm going to try and kind of park them all kind of parallel so I can kind of keep the line moving forward without crossing it over. So I think about right here. Yeah, it's tucked a little bit back, but that's fine. then this last one over here. And there we go. We got the line of tractors all kind of shining through. Very nice. This is so cool. This is very, very happy with all this. Let's see. So at this point, let's before we get going again, actually, should I? It is 1:30 in the morning. It might be just a good time. We're kind of in a good place where we can kind of cut it off at the moment. You figure the next cutting that we do here is going to be kind of the halfway point. Once we kind of get up to, in line with all the tractors. We still got so much. Holy smokes. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the productions right now. Let's see. So we got, yeah, see, it is putting more product in here for some reason. It's not distributing it out as fast. Like, this is pushing out really quick. Like, it's only leaving like 3,000 liters at each interval. Let's see, this one, wow, 425,000 liters of wood plus 500,000 liters of wood chips. This is, oh, wow, this is just chugging good. Love it. And this is producing, this is doing well too. Yeah, tell you what, I'm really happy. And we've got 23,000 liters of methane at this location. Oops, what happened here? Why is it red? Oh, is it because hay's full? Yeah, that's exactly why hay's full. Okay, so how much grass do we still have in here? That's 1.6 million. Wow, that's incredible. And then here we've got 55,000 liters of methane. So yeah, I mean, we probably have enough product now to where we probably sell everything and have back over $1 million. In the span of maybe 2 episodes, we're back up to where we were before we went spend crazy. So yeah, I'm, like I said, I'm really blown away, really happy with how everything's working out. And yeah, like I said, I think this is going to be a really good place to kind of leave it off for the night. And likely we'll be back on tomorrow because it's a holiday tomorrow. So maybe while my daughter sleeps, I'll be on in the afternoon, and then maybe once again in the evening, depending on how everything works out. But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. I hope everybody has enjoyed this live stream. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, hope everybody has a good day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.